The jealousy is real. The jealousy is real. And I'm not just talking about the overwhelming jealousy that dump divers in the WNBA feel towards the Roo from Waterloo. I'm starting to wonder, and I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, I'm starting to wonder if there's a little bit of jealousy, maybe a little bit of resentment that is building towards Angel Reese.
When Angel Reese arrived at the WNBA All-Star celebration as if it were her coronation, she was benched, blocked, and bounced like a bad check. It turns out that the best players in the league were rolling their eyes rather than spreading the red carpet. What transpired when real basketball aristocracy and TikTok celebrity collided? It wasn't pretty, spoiler alert. This is the All-Star roast session that Angel didn't ask for, complete with ice steps and outright rejection. This is going to be quite messy, so fasten your seatbelt.
Goes. She finished 5th overall in fan voting, 10th among all voting once you factored in, but only 12th among the media and the players. So the players actually rated Caitlin Clark higher than Angel Reese, which I think is interesting, although certainly it's deserved. But I will say, Angel Reese, Ronnie and I have debated it on the program. Ronnie has been pretty clear that he thinks that she sucks at basketball. I have defended her as having dimensions of her game that are high level. I got to a point here a couple of weeks ago where I was starting to wonder if she actually sucked or not, but she has put together an impressive streak here over her last 4 games.
You know, I would be furious too if I were a WNBA player. Not Caitlin Clark, though, nope. I would be furious that Angel Reese is receiving endless media attention, magazine covers, and sneaker deals for what? Honing the art of the side. While vibing on the bench. Reese would score 40 points a night on average if effort to praise ratio were a sport. In the meantime, the real MVPs, those who have been working hard for years, are unable to secure a Gatorade advertisement. That goes beyond simple jealousy. That salt is Olympic quality.
Well, this is very interesting, and certainly a plot twist from last season. And I'm talking about the mainstream media, the sports media, and their love affair with Angel Reese. Now, we know the media jumped through hoops, gymnastics, mental gymnastics. I mean, however you try to put it, they tried to raise up Angel Reese last year as being, of course, she's running neck and neck with Caitlin Clark for the Rookie of the Year.
Let's be honest. Angel Reese is the WNBA's equivalent of the friend who arrives late for a group assignment, says just one thing, and somehow manages to receive credit for the entire PowerPoint presentation. There is a strange celebration of mediocrity going on, where PR gimmicks and hustling statistics are now worth more than, say, shooting a jump shot. Ignore the basics. You can become well-known by simply posting a mysterious tweet.
Is the words from jealous WNBA players do not match up with their actions. They say one thing, and then they go and do another. And I'm starting to wonder if that same jealousy, that same resentment, I'm starting to wonder if it's building towards Angel Reese.
This is where things get really weird. The league as a whole is behaving as though Caitlin Clark and revealed all of their secrets, as if she is the reason why no one has watched their games in the past 20 years. The ratings slump wasn't caused by Clark. The WNBA chose to blame the flashlight instead of cleaning up as she entered the room and turned on the lights. Suddenly, everyone noticed the cobwebs.
They both impact the game. My teammates are saying Caitlin Clark moves the needle on basketball, right? Versus Angel, who moves the needle on viewership, on interest, on engagement. No one can deny that because she's on McDonald's bags, because she has her own podcast, because she's at the Met Gala, because she's transcending the sport and she's showing girls femininity. My sister don't play basketball, no Angel Reese. My sister don't play basketball, she knows Caitlin Clark too.
Would Angel Reese be on a McDonald's bag if she was not a champion averaging a double-double?
Nah, bro, I don't, you know what, I'm gonna get up because I don't
So you're saying Angel...
The anger. It's thick, I see. A double-edged post-game interview is one way to do it. It's similar to witnessing a group of background dancers become upset that they aren't receiving the spotlight, even though the lead artist truly deserved it with record-breaking numbers. Not just a semi-viral eye roll and TikTok clout. However, Clark is being fouled like it's open season and everyone forgot the rulebook, while Rhee is treated like the league's darling. I wouldn't be envious of Clark if I were in that locker room. How someone can average in the single digits and still be considered she is the revolution's face. Clark is being ridiculed for being too talented, while Rhee is being crowned for playing mid-tier basketball. The WNBA's reasoning seems to have completely turned on its head. Here's the worst part. They are aware that Clark is the only reason the entire league hasn't been sold at auction to a nearby recreation center. She is the one putting butts, seats, and eyes on screens, whether she likes it or not. However, they have made her the antagonist rather than giving her a fruit basket or perhaps simply not body-checking her every quarter. She is the outsider, the intruder, the novice who ventured to be well-liked, gifted, and marketable. How would she dare?
WNBA All-Star starters were released and people are pissed. This is how votes were cast. 50% was fan vote, 25% was media, and the remaining 25% was current players. One person that was not one of the 10 starters selected, Angel Reese. Now, Angel was actually 5th among frontcourt players in the fan voting, but she didn't even rank inside the top 10 in current player or media voting. The top vote getter was unsurprisingly Caitlin Clark with over 1 point.
They can't acknowledge that the WNBA wouldn't be on ESPN without Clark. Between professional axe throwing and cornhole championships, it would be back to battling for a segment. However, let's continue to act as though Angel Reese is the league's main driver of growth. The only thing expanding in the meantime is the way she can be swatted at the rim. Oh, and the interviews. Every time Reese speaks, it's as if a fashion blogger and a motivational speaker were thrown into a blender and emerged dunking on logic. It's magic in marketing. More endorsement deals than double-doubles were awarded to the girls. A seasoned WNBA player is observing all of this somewhere and wondering if she should have, instead of honing her left-hand layup, she concentrated on creating a personal brand. However, the league is devouring it because the story is more palatable than the reality that a white lady from Iowa who can shoot from the parking lot has suddenly solved their long-standing marketing problems.
17-5, and you may be saying to yourself, well, how many of those 17 rebounds a game are me-bounds? Is she just standing there rebounding at all of her own misses and padding her stats? Only 6 me-bounds in the last 4 games. So even if we discount the me-bounds, she's averaging 16 boards a game over her last 4 games, and she became the first player in WNBA history to put together 4 straight 15-plus rebound games.
One highlight at a time, Clark is the only athlete using sheer determination to bring the WNBA out of obscurity. The sold-out arenas turn into echo chambers and empty chairs without her. What would be truly poetic, do you know? If Clark became weary of being the WNBA's crash test dummy and simply packed her bags for Europe, she would be greeted with a red carpet, given a tax-free contract, and most likely have a dessert named in her honor. In Milan, she would be spending $40 a night on espresso. The media frenzy would follow Clark if she went on a walk tomorrow. She is the storm, not the league. Furthermore, the WNBA is currently little more than a leaky canopy that claims to be in charge. The utter incapacity to affirm, yeah, she's terrific and we need her, is astounding. Rather, we receive passive-aggressive fouls and coded shade. The league has become like a corridor in a high school, where popularity is penalized if it doesn't follow the template.
Into the season, the media tried to put Angel Reese amongst the best players again, and then she promptly went out and stunk it up. All right, and stunk it up. Now, she's had a couple of good games as of late, but every time she has a good game, she has a horrific game. And her field goal percentage is down this year. And imagine I just said that. Her field goal percentage has dropped this year versus last year. That's right, she's a worse shooter.
Additionally, Clark is the new girl who had scholarship offers from every college and showed up with straight A's. Everyone else is upset because she isn't seated at the loser table. However, the audience is not ignorant. They are able to observe what is taking place. They are aware of who is bluffing and who is balling. The highlight reels are truthful. Clark's mistakes are deadly. Poetry is what she passes. Additionally, the underlying resentment is no longer subtle. It's noisy. It tastes bitter. Additionally, it is depressing the league. Perhaps the WNBA wouldn't need to rely on Caitlin Clark as their last chance if they invested half as much effort in marketing as they do in petty grievances. Perhaps if instead of punishing her, they celebrated her, which could lead to the league's success. However, it's more entertaining to act as though she's the issue while disregarding the reality that she's the only effective remedy.
For those that don't know, the WNBA released their All-Star starters for the 2025 WNBA All-Star game hosted in Indiana this year. And baby, I'm not gonna lie, a few people don't deserve to be on here. So just to give you guys context with it, when the first returns came back on the fan voting and I saw that Skylar Diggins was ranked 24th, I was sick. Sick to my stomach because Skylar Diggins has been playing as the best point guard in the league to start out this year. It's no way she should have been ranked at the 24th spot. This is a player that is currently averaging 18 points per game, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, while shooting 46% from the...
Thus, if Clark ever chooses to say, "You know what? I'm okay," he says, boarding a plane to travel to Spain or Turkey. Don't be shocked. Avoid writing lengthy opinion pieces about what went wrong. You were aware. They all knew the unpleasant reality deep inside, so you just didn't want to speak it aloud. This league wouldn't be imploding without Kane Clark. It's halfway there already. There might be something there, something to build upon, something worth the commotion. If Angel Reese had simply concentrated on playing her game rather than playing the crowd. However, she chose to veer off course. She could have focused, improved her post-game skills, stopped fouling out like it was a daily habit, and perhaps even been a force that the league would find useful. But it requires perseverance. It requires humility. That requires him to refrain from tweeting each time he is replaced by a player who doesn't average 4 turnovers per celebration. Rather than being domineering, she established her brand on defiance. She's in the All-Star game now, but it's not because of her stats. Rather, it's because she's trending like an enduring meme. But now let's talk about the actual earthquake. The anarchy of Clark.
Greatest myth in the WNBA dump has officially been exposed. The myth of all myths, the deception of deceptions. La mentira de las mentiras for those who prefer Espanol. Or as fake gangster Ja Morant would say, the cap of caps. For the better part of 2 years, maybe even 3 years, the mainstream media has been trying to convince us that Angel Reese is a huge star.
Caitlin is being guarded by the same WNBA players that roll their eyes and snicker when her name is spoken, treating her like Steph Curry's possessed Diana Taurasi. Every time she touches the ball, 5 players seem to instantly recall their defensive principles. Despite their claims that she is merely hype, they are swarming her as if she had insulted their whole family. Strange, isn't it? The 9th best point guard, eh? She is being double-teamed at half court, though, as if she were the last boss in a video game. Why does the entire league treat her like she's clutching the infinity gauntlet if she's not that good? You would expect that a 9th place finisher would be protected by a shrug or perhaps a sluggish hand in the face. Rather, gamers are closing out on her as if she owes them money. They are aware that every game feels larger only by virtue of Clark's presence. They are aware that ESPN miraculously remembers the existence of the WNBA when she plays. They are aware that the spectators in those unexpectedly packed arenas aren't donning Reese-themed jerseys. And they are aware that the future isn't riding with their resentment. Rather, it's drawing up from 30 and swishing it in their faces, regardless of how much they pretend, how many elbows are thrown, or how many cold shoulders are served.
I'm gonna ask your take on Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Oh, Lord.
She put her hands on the desk. Lord, give me strength.
it's a really nuanced situation. I think that Caitlyn brings out this real, like, how do I say this and not get canceled? She brings out this energy from people that she needs to be protected.
Angel is busy honing the skill of being angry in the meantime. When she is benched, she becomes upset. She gets upset when someone criticizes her performance. When Clark's fourth highlight of the evening occurs, she is upset that the camera isn't on her. She plays with the spirit of someone who is wronged all the time, as if since she put on a professional jersey, the cosmos has been working against her. However, the truth is that only Angel Reese is preventing herself from becoming great. However, she is attempting to drown reality with victimization and vibrations. Sadly, vibes are not displayed on the scoreboard. If you don't put in Caitlin Clark work, you can't be angry that you're not Caitlin Clark. Clark didn't enter the league to cheers and sparkles. As soon as she entered, she began sinking shots and receiving beatings as if she owed the league back taxes. Opposing defenses are treating her like a superstar because she is one.
Double, she got it, sure. That title, sure. She was purposely missing shots at some point to be able to get the rebound. Did she tell you that? And if I saw it, and my thing is that if those were intentional shots, she shouldn't be in the WNBA at all. Yeah, I don't know about top 10.
Okay, fair, but based off of you watching her and you saying that you feel as though that she were intentionally missing shots as a professional basketball player and that she shouldn't be in the WNBA if she were taking those shots anyways or whatever, all of these are feeling based. At the end of the day, the numbers are what they are, and those double-doubles have translated into championships on every level that Angel has played on.
You only need to acknowledge it. You don't have to like it. Talent and attentiveness are what follow it. There is no conspiracy. It's similar to witnessing a group of individuals hastily apply sunscreen while attempting to act as though the sun isn't scorching. Explain the energy used to try to shut Clark down if she is truly mid-describe the injuries these defenders get every night while pursuing her as if she were concealing the remedy for insignificance. It's a show. Half delusion, half basketball. Presence does not earn you points. Clout does not earn you a crown. The game is what it is. And the scoreboard isn't lying at the moment. One buzzer beater at a moment, Clark is pulling her squad out of the abyss while after snagging 3 rebounds, Angelus is over there perfecting coordinated celebrations. The difference is glaring, not simply obvious. In one, everything content is disregarded, while in the other, all spectacle is rewarded. Fans are observing everything as it happens. Wait, if Angel had just concentrated on being the best player she could be, she would be an all-star. With a skilled agency, she may have been more than just a supporting character and a legitimate competition.
Caitlin Clark has gotten way out of control. Angel is a great player. Caitlin is also a great player. They're not the same type of player, and they're starting their careers.
Yeah.
Angel really upset people with how she taunted Caitlin after the championship, as she should. And if a man did it, we wouldn't have even talked about it.
She used to be that loud figure in every movie's backdrop. Instead of the role, you recall the attire. She's not leaving a legacy. She is constructing a persona. Furthermore, personalities don't take home titles. They simply receive retweets. Pretending not to care about Clark while pursuing her shadow at every game must be tiresome. Pretending to be overconfident while surreptitiously viewing her movie in an attempt to slow her down, playing this she ain't all that card while mistreating her as if it were your last day on the planet. It's a commendable effort, not so much the denial. Since they are all aware that the WNBA is riding the Clark wave like their own lives, rely on it, as they do. However, brand slogans, eye rolls, and interviews won't make it happen. When she ultimately chooses to be the player she believes she already is, it will take place. Until then, Clark will continue to fill arenas, torch nets, and be guarded like the league's queen while everyone else acts as though they are unaware that she already holds the title.